Trying to find the best course of direction. Sometimes when you walking in the same way that the sun rises and set, you get that good wind. Sometimes when you walk in the opposite, you get that good wind. I ain't gonna be on here long. I got a message though. It's quick, short, straight to the point. So, so you know, if you go to attempt to harm, rob, or take something from somebody that's protected, like let's say they got bodyguards or whatever around them, and you go to try to do anything, the bodyguards is gonna defend them. The bodyguards is gonna be armed security, and that armed security is authorized to use lethal and absolute force to protect whatever investment that they're protecting. Same thing goes in the spirit. If you are attacking someone that's spiritually protected, especially if they're not attacking you, no matter what you may think, right? Because people think, oh, it's fair for me to do this to this person because they may have said something, or somebody said that they've done something, or somebody said that they said something, right? Along those lines. It's always some hearsay or she say, and it's never going down to the actual facts. A lot of people got into fights in school because somebody said that they were talking shit, but then that person just wanted to have a reason to fight that other person, so they just used that and let somebody gas their head up and instigate them into getting into a fight, right? And then they get into a fight, and then they end up getting their ass beat. They end up getting dragged. They end up getting their mouth busted. They end up getting their arm, leg broken. They end up getting fucked up because they went into that fight under false pretense. False pretense, as in thinking that that person wasn't protected. False pretense, as in thinking that that person couldn't defend themselves. False pretense, thinking that they could jump, beat, do whatever they want to that person, and then that person didn't have no friends, no family members, no spiritual protection, no bodyguards, no nothing like that that surround them, that'll intervene when your posse wants to come and do whatever you want to come and do to that person. And it's the same thing with these spiritual groups and these people that get together in their little circles, and they try to conjure up whatever they try to conjure up. And I told y'all about the notifications, right? You won't get attacked if you're protected spiritually, but you will get notifications. You might, your eye might twitch, right? You might stub your toe, right? Something might happen to you that normally happens to you when you feel like you're getting a fever, right? Like you might get a pimple, right? Some people get a pimple. Some people get, like, they start breaking out, or some people get a rash. Some people might get hives, and then they realize, okay, I'm getting a fever, or I'm getting sick because this is exactly what happened last time, right? Like for me, I used to sneeze, and like I used to sneeze a lot, and when I realized when I was sneezing, I'm like, shit, I'm about to start coughing next week because this is what happened the last time when I was sick. I was sneezing for the whole week. And then the next week started, I was coughing. And then after that, my nose was stuffy. And then after that, I was starting to get better, and this, that, and the third. So when I stopped, you know, allowing myself to be succumb to the world, and I stopped allowing myself to be succumb to people around me and all the bullshit that was going on and all the shit that they were succumbing and you know, conforming themselves to, my spiritual protection jumped because I wasn't opening the fucking gate and letting the negativity flow. I was aware of the negativity that I was doing to myself, and I cut that shit off. So once I cut it off, you can't come in now and be like, oh, I'm gonna still do the same things, or we're gonna still do the same things that you cut off because whatever, whatever, whatever. When I make up my mind, it's final. I just realized and I just remember I gotta block somebody on my Instagram because somebody from my past popped up on my Instagram, and I don't want nothing to do with nobody from my past, especially if somebody was standing there while people was stabbing me in my back and they knew all about that shit but didn't say nothing, especially when I was going to confide in that somebody, and then they went right behind my back and told whoever I was talking about. Yeah, it ain't like I wasn't gonna. I'm not the type of person to talk shit behind somebody's back and not say it to their face. If I say something behind your back, I wait to say it to your fucking face, nigga. I'll say anything I fucking want to anybody fucking face. I'd rather say it to your face because I want you to fucking do something. Let's put the fucking truth out there on Front Street so you could be embarrassed and get beat the fuck up. So anyway, when they try to attack you and you haven't done anything to them and you didn't do anything to, you know, warrant their attacks, and they just want to do shit and do shit and do shit, it turns back onto them, and they might try to do you know, they might try to do all these rituals where they take a shower cleanse, or they try to wash their hands, or they try to do whatever cleansing rituals to try to get that fucking bad juju off of them because they realize that, they go to bed thinking that they're gonna get up and then hear news about something happening to somebody, but then they actually get up and realize their life is starting to fall apart. And the person that they send the text to is fucking healthy, happy, laughing, doing this, doing that, figuring out different shit, doing all this fun stuff, like just living life. And when that happens, that's why I tell y'all, you're gonna get the notification. You're gonna get that little notification, but then nothing's gonna happen to you. And then you're gonna realize the people that you used to be around, they ain't coming around no, they ain't coming around too often. You might you might make them you might make them think that you think that they're idiots because they would think that it's them. So when you hit them up after they don't hit you up, and then you start asking them what happened and what's wrong, and they start telling you, and my brother's friend passed away, we going to the funeral, this person died, we going to the funeral, that person died, this person got in an accident, this happened to that person, that happened to that person, and you're like, damn. You even get out your mouth and say, damn, I hope everything goes good. I hope everything work out. Whole time it's your spirit team that's fucking shit up. And they see that shit. That's why I be telling y'all about your potential. They're gonna see your potential, and you're gonna be the one telling them they have the potential because you want to be accepted. You want to be welcomed. You want to be a part of whatever the fuck they got going on because it looks good. But you're so powerful, these niggas is looking at you like you think we stupid, but you don't know what the fuck is going on because your ancestors and your angels is protecting you while you make the decision, I'm not drinking no more. Anybody that offers you alcohol, they're gonna suffer from alcohol poisoning. They're gonna suffer in a car wreck, and it's gonna be their fault. They're gonna because you already decided I'm not doing that shit no more, right? So once you choose your side, and then these motherfuckers start stepping over that line, the people that protect you, they don't take kind to no they don't take kind to a toenail stepping over that line. If a toenail step over that line, it's getting disintegrated. If a toenail step over that line, whatever is attached to that toenail, the whole thing gets disintegrated. That's how spiritual protection works. You matter to your bloodline. You matter to your ancestors. You matter to the people that was here. passed away, and you were the baby in the womb that came to life even after the mother passed. You were the promise to that bloodline that they would survive. So you think while they're in the spirit world, while they're in heaven, while they're chilling with God, depending on how they live their life, let's say they live their life righteously, while they're chilling up there in heaven, you think they're gonna let you get messed with? You think they're gonna let anybody mess with you? You think they're gonna let anybody throw spiritual attacks at you? You think they're going to let anybody throw negative energy at you? You think they're going to let anybody spread misinformation, right? Manipulation against you? You think that they're going to just sit there and let that happen after you were the promise? You were the baby that survived after the mother passed. So you think that anything is going to come to you in harm? No, not at all. You're gonna witness the destruction of your so-called friends, and you're not gonna know what the fuck is going on. You're gonna think you're being punished because all these people around you that was always around you, now everybody gone. Now you're the only now you're the last man standing. Now you're the last woman standing. Ain't nobody else around you in your vicinity, in your purview, because they all fell off. They all fell off because your spirit team don't play about you. And they know when people are doing stuff to harm you, and people are doing stuff to come against you, they already know who it is, what time they're coming. Just like when I was talking about that cat and that dog, they don't need nobody to come up in your face to then let you know, oh, that's a bad person or this, that, and the third. Nah, nah. By the time that person gets to your face, their life will have already started falling apart because your ancestors know what their purpose is coming into your life. So they're gonna make sure that their purpose is very, very short lived. So before they start coming into your life, before they start talking to you, before y'all start having conversations, and before you start making plans, everything is gonna be fucking up. Y'all never gonna be on the right page. Y'all never gonna be able to meet up. Y'all never gonna be able to go do nothing. Everything is gonna just fall apart. So it's gonna be like the littlest thing, and it ain't gonna be no misunderstanding. Everything's gonna be understood. You know, the venue's gonna be like y'all conversation, everything gonna be perfectly fine. The venue gonna blow up. Nobody gonna get hurt, but the venue gonna, you might hear about the venue getting a water main break on the road, so they gotta postpone the event, right? Every little ass shit gonna be going wrong, and you're gonna be wondering, God damn, uh, you're gonna be trying to work against your own ancestors to meet up with this person. You ain't gonna find a shoelace that goes into the shoe that you was gonna wear. And then you're gonna have to change the outfit, and it might be fucking ripped. Like some random, minute, tiny, a thread might be out of place, and you ain't gonna be able to make it. And you're just gonna be sitting there like, yo, if this ain't a sign, it's gonna take a couple times for shit going wrong and plans being canceled for you to realize, yo, we this ain't meant to be. We ain't meant to be linking up, and we ain't meant to be doing none of this shit. Because every single time we make a plan, my energy always get fucked up. I feel like I'm catching hell just to fucking make this meeting. I'm running my ass in circles and I'm running myself ragged just to fucking link up. So why about we just not do it? And as soon as you do that, you find a shoelace you was looking for. The thread magically doesn't mess up the outfit. It's perfectly fine because of the thread, right? The venue is they giving everybody free entry, right? And boom, you think, okay, maybe it wasn't, right? Maybe this or maybe that. Some people really be like that, right? They go right back to talking to the people that they just finished cutting off, and then boom, shit start falling apart again. And a lot of people, they go through that multiple times, multiple years, and they barely ever learn their lesson until they get 60, 70 years old, and then they got to tell their grandchildren as they see them going through the same shit, and they're so close to the other side that now their ancestors is yelling at them, talking shit to them, and that's how they get to give the youngsters the information before they cross over. Because I've had instances and scenarios where I seen and I heard and I felt my mother yelling at me for the things that I was doing to myself, for the ways that I was allowing all this negativity to beat me down, for me to do this stuff to myself. So I had to, you know, I had to do a little bit of communicating. I had to do a little bit of adjusting. So the terms of my agreement being here, they have been revised under heavy spiritual, the highest spiritual court, actually. Because once you attack somebody that's attempting to live in peace, once you attack a warrior of the spirit, there is no court in the physical or the spirit world that would hear your plea, because everything will be on Front Street. There's no, oh, where's the evidence? Nah, you could see everything. Everything is already there. It's out plain, naked. That's why I tell y'all I'm naked. Me putting this clothes on, this is just decoration, baby. I'm fully naked, and I'm fully active. So I'm gonna end this right here. I'm glad I got on here too. Got a little sweat in, got my little walk in. Yeah, and I got to get this message out. All them, all the evil entities, the fear mongering spirits that they try to latch onto you. Yeah, all those things. When it gets sent back to them, it gets sent back to them not only with their energy, but with your ancestors' energy. And when your ancestors outrank their ancestors, they can only do any, they can only get their ass whooped, get destroyed, get disbanded, and get sent to the darkest corners of the fucking universe where they deserve to be. And may it be, which is my royal decree. It's the Lion, Prince of Fire, Son of God, baby. I love y'all. Hope y'all have an amazing Sabbath. Hope y'all have an amazing Saturday. Yeah, let's bring out the sun. Hold on. You see, it's dark, it's cloudy, right? It's been cloudy since I got on here. Let's bring out the sun.